All right. All right. So, what's good? So, this video is mainly focusing on like the idea of it's not about what you use, it's not about the software, it's not about it's not about the software, it's not really about the drum kit. It's really about how you arrange everything and put everything together. This is mostly about how to arrange a dancehall kind of track, dancehall Afrobeat kind of track. And I just want to share this with you guys because my aim with my YouTube channel is really to, promote myself, number one, and also help other people, into achieving like their goals. So I'm just gonna play the beat real quickly, and then after that I'll explain everything. And it's basically a beat breakdown, and hopefully I hope that it helps you. And just look past the fact that I'm using it. I'm not using FL Studio. I'm not using Logic. I'm using something different. I'm using Studio One right now. So don't worry about the software. Understand what I'm trying to explain to you. So I'm gonna play the beat now.
Your Majesty.
Alright, so pretty much that's the beat. It repeats itself. If you look, there's an intro, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, chorus. Oh, really? The last bit that says chorus is like an out. It's really like an outro. So basically, I just want to show you how I made this beat, and the reason why I want to show you how I made this beat is because I recently purchased a few plugins, and I'm basically investing into myself in order to bring out better content. I just want to encourage you as a producer, like, it's good to actually buy things. I know sometimes you might be short of money, but it's actually good to buy things. When you buy something, you're going to put a lot more effort into your music, if that makes sense. So anyway, without talking too much, I'm just going to show you the plugin that I used. I think I used this plugin throughout the beat, even with the drums. So the plugin that I purchased is a Heat Up 2, and there's a drum kit inside it. And pretty much I with this drum kit I just where is it? I just turned up like the overdrive to just make everything punchier. So what I had was I had a kick. So I did the drums first. So I did the kick, clap, snare all together, but then I end up splitting everything up. So I'm gonna show you the kick first. So the kick is very simple. So this is the kick pattern. Pretty much that's it. And then we now have the clap. So this is the clap. Here's the clap. Then we've got a snare drum. It goes like this. Hold on. So remember, guys, I always keep it really simple. You know what I'm saying? Keep it really simple, because you need to understand, like, someone is gonna plan to sing on this. Someone's gonna plan to do something to this track. So if you do things that are too complicated, sometimes that can throw the person off when they want to catch a melody or a harmony, whatever it is. So anyway, after that, in the same plugin, so all this came from that plugin. So like even my snare drum came from that plugin. I pretty much use this plugin. This plugin is really good. So then I added a bell. So the bell sounds like this, and I'm gonna show you everything. I wanna share everything with you, and just give me a second. I wanna show you the notes, if you will let me. But I think it's a bit. So these are the no. All my days. What am I doing? I'm messing up already. I'm already messing up. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Hold on. Let me just play it anyway. Like, let's just do it like this. All right. This is literally how I started off the beat, and after that, I added some chords, and chords are really important. Actually, no, I added a bass line. Sorry, not the chords yet. I added a bass line, and to me, I think when you're making a dancehall beat, the bass is gonna be like one of the most important elements. Just like a trap beat, the 808 is like that icing on top of the cake. You know what I'm trying to say? So the bass has to set the rhythm, and it also has to work well with the drums that you've already set out, and the melody. But just listen, and then maybe it'll make more sense. So here's the bass, and it says, just look at the way I did it. So it's like dun dun, up down, up down. Okay. Already when I heard that, I could just tell, like, you need to think of it like this beat it's intended to be played in like a club setting, for a party or whatever it is, and you need something that just gets people moving straight away. And then once you get something that gets people moving, you now need something that helps the artist to catch a melody and bring the everything together, the melody, the bass. You need something to make everything come together, and I believe that's the chords. So here's the chords that I played now. So the chords go like this. And this is just a simple piano, but it sounds really good because it's coming out of this plugin. Like I said, I use this plugin, so I got some keys about that. If you do have this plugin, I say purchase this plugin, okay? Even the bass, I'll show you the bass as well. This is the bass that I use, Happiness, make people want to dance. Then I add little simple elements in my beats. So I've got like a string thing here, and pretty much it plays like this. Simple as that. Just once, just plays once. And then another thing to help the beat come together, or to add like more emotion to the beat, I added like a string, just some strings, and it's a very simple part, and it goes like this. Because the idea your objective is to like try and create an atmosphere, try and create a story using instruments without doing too much. Do less, and then let the artist do the rest. So here we go. It's like it's like a movie or something, it's setting you up for something. So yeah, that's how that goes. And then just to go the extra mile, I added some like a vocal effect, and all this is from the same plugins. Like, so this is the strings, just to show you that I'm using the same plugin. Sometimes do that as a challenge for yourself. You just use one plugin to create a whole beat. Just use one plugin, because sometimes what I've noticed is with myself, when I use too many different plugins, sometimes like how the plugin has been, the sounds coming from the plugin, sometimes they don't work well with other sounds coming from a different plugin, if that makes sense. So sometimes I say, I'm gonna stick with one thing and see where I'll go with that, and it works well for me, because you just use one plugin and just be like, you limit yourself, and you will definitely find something. So anyway, moving forward, we're going to the vocal part. So here's the vocal part. It's just like, not the vocal part, but it's just like a vocal that I added in, and it comes from the same plugin again, and it's Schmurda. So it just goes like this. It's just really simple. It's gonna come in again, and it's just like adding atmosphere, like really, like it's just atmospheric sounds, man. So like this, atmospheric sounds. So anyway, I'm gonna bring back everything in again. Give me a second. So here we go. Great. So simple stuff like that. And then this stuff is just like, I got some crashes. Crash, you don't really need to hear that. It's just some crash and some effects, like Nothing new under the sun. Yeah. So how I structured it now is I started with a verse. So obviously start with the intro, but then we get into the verse first. Usually I do a chorus first, but for this particular beat, a verse made more sense. But if you look at my verse, it's not a 16 bar verse, it's a 12 bar verse. And the reason why I did this, I was watching a tutorial, or most tutorials now, they have like the verses as a 12 bar, because the beat just seems to flow better, in my opinion. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not saying that's the beat, or to say that that's the way it should be. You can make the verse a 16 bar if you want, but I prefer to make it 12 bars, because to me it just seems to flow better. It just seems like when I'm doing a transition, it just goes into the chorus a lot better and comes into the verse a lot better. And you know what I'm saying? Like these days, when it comes to music, people just want to do something like that's really catchy, nothing too I don't want to sound horrible, like nothing too thoughtful, something that's just easy to remember. So like I'm gonna play the verse now, and then just watch how it just transitions to the chorus. Get into the chorus. Now you can tell there's different sounds in the chorus, so yeah, I'm gonna show you what I did. So in the chorus, I use the same chords, but then I change the instrument, and this is something that I always do. Don't waste your time trying to use something different, like a different pattern, a different progression. Don't sometimes you don't need to do that. Sometimes you need to keep things to like how can I say, simple but not too predictable. Just like use something you already have and change the sound. So we've got this sound in the verse. Now in the chorus, I've got a different sound. And this is what I did. It's a different sound. It's a pad sound, but yeah. It just sounds a lot different. And then I added something else under it as well. I'm gonna just take this off so you can hear it. And it's on the same plugin again. It's in the background. It's not something you hear, but it makes a difference. And then from that, what I did, now this is something that I hope you guys will take note of, is the lead sound. This lead sound sounds like this. And this is not something you just do by just playing on the keyboard. You need to add an effect to get this kind of sound. People ask me, how do you get those kind of mellow melodies, or whatever they want to, wavy melodies, or whatever you want to call it? And basically it sounded like this. I bought this plugin, so you see I'm buying plugins now. So I bought this plugin called Halftime by Cable Guys, if it will open. And without it, it sounds like this. The lead sounds like this. So the beat sounds like this. And don't get me wrong, this sounds good. But what I've noticed when I've tried to sometimes I try to practice and singing on my beats, I've noticed that sometimes melodies can actually throw the artist off. Believe it or not. Like, because they're the ones that are the one to beat the melody, if that makes sense. So when I put this effect on it, this is the settings that I put on it. Then it sounded like this, and that is a lot easier. That is a lot easier to sing over than having this. It's just a lot easier, because the melody. I like the melody. I really liked it. It sounds good, but when you have this, it's a lot easier. Yeah, you can that the artist can catch a melody by himself. So I use this plugin. I recommend this plugin. A lot of people are now like recommending this plugin. This is just like a gross beat effect plugin. I've got another beat that I've made using this plugin, and it helps create like a counter melody. It slows it down. There's a lot you can do with it. I'm not gonna mess with it too much. I'm not gonna really audition this plugin on this beat because I don't want to mess any settings up. But this plugin really helped to make the beat a little bit more unique. It took it to like a step above, and it sounds so now you have to think about it, like not just for the artist, but you need to think about the listeners as well when you're making these beats. I really try to take a lot of things into consideration. So I said, okay, listen, since we're now going into a chorus, I've got this new element, I've got this new element, and I've got this new element. But something needs to change, or something needs to be added. And what I added was a shaker, just a normal shaker, and here it is. And one thing I want to talk about, guys, is when this shaker was being played, it started off like this. No, like this. But then I pitched it until it sounded right. Yeah. Was it meant to? Yeah. Oh my nose. A. So yeah, I added that into it. So just like when the artist is writing his song, he will know that, okay, we're now in the chorus. Okay, simple. It's just as simple as that. There's ways of telling the artist that you're now in the chorus, and then once it gets into the verse again, the shaker stops, and we get into the bell. So with the bell, I also added some automation to it. This is the bass, sorry. So if I can show. If I wanna show you the automation, but I forgot to show the automation. Okay, this is how you show the automation. So I also use the halftime plugin again. This plugin again. So if you listen to the bell, it sounds like this. Now it's gonna come on now. Because I've noticed, like, sometimes if you make the chorus, like, there's just too much going on, even though you're meant to have a lot going on, because that's like the best part. If if everything is taking up space, the artist can't really shine on the chorus, and the chorus sometimes, for the most part, makes the song. Do you know what I'm saying? It's the memorable part. So this slowed down the bell. And then, it gave a chance for all these other elements that I've added to shine. So pretty much, guys, this is the beat. I mean, I've showed you everything that I did. I don't think there's anything else I can tell you. So basically, 4-bar intro, 12-bar verse, 8-bar chorus. Did that. Then at the end, just did this. Then it finished. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to play the beat throughout because the beat's already on. I've already uploaded the beat, but I just wanted to show you this beat and how I made it. And really, to make dancehall, it's not as complicated as some people may want to make it. I see some people adding a ton of instruments. I'm just like, no, you don't need to do all that extra stuff. It's just about like mixing everything right and how you sequencing is so important in making these beats. So guys, I hope I've helped you. I really need your feedback. Like, tell me, like, are these tutorials good? Are they really helpful? Because I could be wasting your time. I hope I'm not. I hope I'm really helping you guys. So as you can see, anyway, at the chorus, the halftime speed, the effect comes on. It comes on every time. It comes on. It comes on. It comes on. It's off at the verses. So this helps like people to know. Okay, this is the verse. This is the chorus. This is the verse. This is the chorus, etc. etc. I think I've explained everything that I need to explain. So thank you, and please give me some feedback and tell me if there's anything else I can do.